This is your host Rajni Bharara, and also welcome to the last episode of Principals Talk Show. Yes, this is the last episode of season two. I mean, not the last episode of Principals Talk Show, but for season two, it is the last episode of Principals Talk Show. So we would like to welcome you wholeheartedly on this episode. And as you can see, so many principals have joined us today on this episode, and we are so thankful to all the principals. So, as I said, this is the last episode for season two. So, this is going to be really, really interesting, really entertaining as well at the same time. And now, I mean, I actually would like to give you an introduction of all the principals. But before I give you an introduction of all the principals who have joined us today on this panel, I actually would like to tell you that today we are going to talk to our principals on the topic what actually motivated them to become a principal. Yes, because we always want to know that what was that one thing made them choose this path, and then that made them actually become a principal. So I'm so sure that all the students of these principal wants to know the answer of this way. And we also have a small quiz at the end, so you have to stay tuned for the whole episode. Now, without any further ado, I actually would like to give you an introduction of these principals. So on the panel I have with me Principal Varsha Singh, Principal of Shakuntalam International School, Etawah, Uttar Pradesh. Then I have Principal Jyoti Gupta, Principal National Public School, Bangalore. I have Principal Maya Sukumaran, Principal of Gitanjali Senior School, Begumpet, Hyderabad, Telangana. I also have Principal Nayana Chowri with me, Principal of Mount Literacy School, Bhin. Then Pratibha Sapuri, ma'am, ex-principal of senior educator, and then she is ex-principal and also a senior educator. And then Principal Zulekha Siddiqui, Principal of Anjuman Islam's AAK English Secondary School, Veshi, Mumbai. Then Principal Principal of Podar International School, Muzaffarpur, Principal of Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, Vasundhara, Principal of GD Goenka Public School, Sector 10A, Gurugram. Then I also have Principal Dr. Bhirendra Nath Singh, former Dean, Doon Business School, Dehradun. We also have so many principal, and the list continues. We also have Principal Shushma Bhadoria, Dean Activities, Unison World School, Dehradun. Then Principal Dr. Shivani Sahani, Principal of HRM Global School, Pitampura, Delhi. Principal Jyoti Mehra Kakkar, Principal of Gaur's International School, Gaur, Yamuna City, Uttar Pradesh. And last but not the least, we also have Dr. Divya Bhasin, Principal of Mata Rukmani Rai Arya Senior Secondary School, Shahabad. So I actually have given you the name of all the principals who are supposed to be to our principals talk show, but because of some reason, a few are not able to join, and few may be late in joining, but they will be there. And to rest of them who all have joined us in today's episode, welcome, 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 and thank you so much for being here to all the principals.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. And then, and also, sir. And last but not the least, we also have the founder and CEO of FunKidsIndia. Sir, welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rajni. Great, so finale episode for season 2 for Principal Talk Show. 18th episode. Yeah, come on. Last time we did 15. Yeah. This time we do 18. Right? So we just made 3 more this time. Really, really great.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. It's great. And now the introduction is over, and now I would like to begin the discussion, and I would like to ask the topic of discussions of today's episode, which is what motivated you to become a principal. So let me just start with Principal Maya. So Principal Maya, I would ask this question to you first. So where did this motivation come from, and what actually motivated you to become a principal, and how did that happen? If you can please speak about that.
So actually, I would like to say it was not planned. It wasn't planned.
Okay.
For convenience, I had long back, say 22 years back, uh, I had applied to a school as a head of the mathematics department. I would, because I was a mathematics department head before in the previous school. So because my children were at that age wherein, 9, 10, and then, somebody to attend to had to be there in the evenings. So I thought, no, I look at a day school which is close by, and which would save my time. And that's how I had applied in Gitanjali. And when I had applied at Gitanjali, I was quite surprised at the way they were taking the interview. It continued for 4 long days. And then finally, on the fifth day, they asked me, because I used to be dressed in other, not a sari. So I used to wear a vested wear, or I would wear a suit and go for the interviews. But then they asked me particularly, can you, when you come for the final interview, we would want to see you in a sari. And that's how I went there. And then they said, after the interview, they said, no, we were looking out for a headmistress. And that's how, we thought that your profile was befitting. And that's how I joined there as a headmistress. Within a year, I became the vice principal. And another 2 years' time, I was the principal. So it's quite a long journey actually with Gitanjali, and things suited me very well. So definitely, the chance to grow, to learn, that was something which was the most appealing in that particular school. So that's how I'm there in Gitanjali for so many years.
Beautiful. So it was a luck by chance, basically.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, ma'am. And there must be a reason, that luck by chance happened for you.
absolutely.
And I'm sure the journey has been great for you. And we
Yes.
are really glad that you became a principal, and that's how you actually came to this
Thank you.
panel. So thank you
Thank
so
you
much for
so
your
much.
answer.
Yeah.
So next, I would like to know from you, Principal Jyoti. So Principal Jyoti, I would like to come to you and ask the same question to you. So where did this motivation come from? And for you, was it planned or unplanned? And how did you become a principal?
Great. So, motivation, I think, came from the leaders around me when I was the teacher for so many years, and specifically the missionary schools. They have a very different kind of discipline that is there. So, not only as a student when I was in a Jesus and Mary convent, when I started my journey as a teacher, it has been through missionary schools only.
Right.
Something was very intriguing about the leaders. When I used to look up to them, their calm posture, when nuns used to walk in the corridors, and everything used to be so calm and quiet, but the persona used to be so intriguing that work never suffered. So I think my
Mhm.
grooming kept on happening without any uh, you know planned approach. And after the teacher coordinatorship, etc., I got an opportunity in Ludhiana Sporting Institute of Fashion Technology, and there I joined as a counselor. So that was a switch, a change. I was there for 4.5 years. I slowly got all the responsibilities, and my office became the main office other than the academics, because it was a fashion studies, an institute. Later on, academics also, the communicator skills and interview skills came to me when we sent children for the placement. Suddenly, this वो कहते हैं ना नशा चढ़ जाता है, that intoxication of being a leader and planning, then executing the plan, and then your plan was actually fruitful because admission started growing, people started appreciating, the management was happy. I think that gave a little exposure to the talent, probably, very humbly I'm putting it up, which I never knew that I could lead a group. Then gradually
Mhm.
came an opportunity to be an education officer in Devilal Chautala School, the Sirsa School, where I had to go and be the education officer for 3 schools. It was again an amazing experience, and principals were reporting to me. And I was like, hello, am I able to write a report for the principal, and submit it to the management. I was little apprehensive in writing the report when it was asked by the Devilal group, the higher management, because I had found a lot of lacunas. I had to write and had to be very transparent in putting up the report. So another thing that I found about myself is that I'm very transparent and I can lead by being an example myself. So when the report was submitted, unfortunately, the existing principal was asked to leave and I was asked to take over. Now, when I was asked to take over, I was shaky, I was nervous, I was underconfident because it was a huge school till grade 12 and I had to deliver, But once I was there in the office, I think from there to now, it's no looking back. So it is a journey, what I would put across to be a principal, where the journey continues to learn and unlearn. You have to have a vision and you have to be so clear about, what you envisage, you can endorse. And I believed into it. So I think what I believe into, dreamers are achievers. I could deliver, I could learn, I could unlearn, leave certain things, learn from the people around. And the motivation is, I think, my own self that keeps me driving again and again to, learn and move ahead, learn and move ahead. And of course, to share my own experience and mentor the leaders around me. So that is, I think, what helped me. And it is still helping me to continue.
Wow, wow. That's a beautiful journey you've had, Principal Jyoti. I mean, from your story, we can see and we can also learn that, we see these principals and we see these leaders being so confident and being so, being a leader basically. But when you said that you also got apprehensive that whether are you able and capable to actually lead it and to write a report for principals, so we can see, so you do not have to doubt yourself. So we can, yeah, from your story, I actually took that part, that you do not have to doubt yourself. You have to just be confident, and
Absolutely.
then, you can lead your way. Have Principal Shabnam with us. So, Principal Shabnam, I would like to ask the same question to you, and I would like to know the answer of this particular question, that what motivated you, and a small story of your journey becoming a principal. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm not able to hear you. I think you're using hands-free, which is why we are not able to. No, no, no. We are not able to hear you. I think you're using hands-free. If you can unplug it, maybe then. No, ma'am, you're still not audible. I think you have to connect the audio. I think you have not connected. Yeah, if you can please try to rejoin.
Yeah, I think you can move to next one. In the meantime, ma'am, you can fix it up.
Okay. So next, I would like to ask from Professor Bhirendra Nath Singh. Professor Bhirendra, I would like to know from you that what was your journey like, and how did you become a principal and a dean? So if you can please talk about that. Professor Bhirendra, can you hear us?
Yeah, but we can't
I
hear
think
you.
Sir is also having.
I
Are you
think
able to hear me?
he can hear us, but
Able to
we can't.
Ma'am, are you able to listen me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are able
Yes,
to hear
now,
you
yes.
now.
Are you able to listen me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes,
Bhirendra ji.
sir.
Yes, please speak up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, my journey exactly is never planned, to be very frank. कहते हैं ना कि बनना कुछ था और बन गया कुछ. You will all laugh at me, I know. Any career in this modern world that anybody chooses, I have done it. Starting from a trainer for the industries to a professor of IIT to the dean of various groups of colleges in various parts of the country. But it was never planned, to be very frank. I was always feeling that, as some ma'am have said, that there are lacunas. I was trying to find out that if he or she is in a position, then what are the lapses or the lacunas he or she is having? And by that way, I tried to design my training programs, and it went for from the headmasters or headmistresses of primary schools to the principals and directors of engineering colleges, including the vice chancellors of universities. And my designed course curriculum was titled Enhancing Administrative and Strategic Skills of the Principals, Deans, Directors, including the vice chancellor. You might be a little offended that while we are going to consider the suitability or profile of somebody for some senior position like principal, mainly we are going by the educational skills. Class 10, this much percentage. Class 12, this much percentage. Then postgraduate, this much percentage. Doctor, this much percentage. But one thing I have designed, that if you are a good teacher, your skill limitations are there. You should be educationally very bright, try to educate people. The moment you are elevated to the position of administrators, no longer these educational skills are going to help to a great extent. Because some other skills are coming. You have to coordinate a lot of teachers, lot of activities. You have to make a band. So now, instead, in spite of only, suppose educational skills are A, you have to add planning skills, coordination skills. Then at certain point, you need to have certain administrative skills. Nowadays, taking disciplinary actions is a very common feature. I have seen from my experience, and as I said, that I have gone through all the phases of life and all the phases of professions. Starting from a trade union leader of 16.5 lakhs people of the Indian Railways at the top, to a senior advocate of Calcutta High Court, and a by gazette notification made a CBI judge. I have gone through that. A fantastic teacher, when elevated to the position of a principal, he or she felt, as some ma'am has said, that there were a lot of lacunas, and being an education officer, she has to write the lacunas and this and that. Because not only educational skills, planning skills, technical skills, human relations skills or interpersonal skills, nowadays a principal has to have certain amount of administrative and strategic skills. Where to collaborate, where to join, where not to join, how to take over. Sometimes you are taking over one school, another school. So this course nowadays I'm running, because as you can see from my face, I'm nearing 80 years of age. It is only 80. Then at this age, I cannot get a job. Of course, I was very tempted to say something when some Seema ma'am or somebody told that she is from Pune, she is looking for a vacancy. And I was very much excited to raise my hand, but luckily, unluckily, she has not seen it. So this type of guidance.
Sir, I've seen now.
Yes, yes. So this type of guidance I am nowadays provided as a senior consultant. And really, I have seen in films, I have seen in drama, TVs and others. Also, once upon a time, I was a very famous writer of Vivid Bharati and director of Vivid Bharati, Hava Mahal. maybe in 65, 70s. And for some reason, I was also a film writer for some time. And you might have heard the Rakhi time में गाना बहना ने भाई की कलाई पे प्यार बांधा है रेशम की डोरी से. So that film writer was also one of the writers. I cannot say this whole writers. So I have seen different facets of life. And lastly, I have chosen that there cannot be a noble profession other than the principal or director of an educational institution. So it is never by default that I tried to join the civil services. I have also qualified civil services and inducted into the Indian Administrative Services for some time. But it is not by default. Since I was not successful anywhere, I chose to become a teacher or chose to become a principal. I have gone through all those things, starting from Indian Railways mechanical engineer, class 1 gazetted, to Union Public Service Commission, to an army officer, to an advocate of the High Court, to a CBI judge by gazette notification. I chose because I was so much impressed when I saw the films like Ramayana or anything, that the king is holding the court and so many ministers and everybody is there. But when the Guru comes, the king just stands up. So Guru is in our Vedas and Puran, they are told to be at par Vishnu or Brahma. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Hi Paramo Tapa, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. And nowadays, gurus are missing somewhere. Professional teachers are there, coaches are there, tuition teachers are there. So there was one time it is said, Guru bin gyan kahan se paun? Guru bin gyan kahan te paun? गुरु खोजन में कहाँ कहाँ कित कित जाऊं, गुरु खोजन में कित कित जाऊं. और आज तो ऐसा हो गया कि प्राइमरी स्कूल के बच्चों को अगर आप ट्यूशन नहीं देंगे, ऑल मैम शुड डू अपॉलॉजी टू यू, ये ट्रेडिशन हो गया कि बच्चे स्कूल से आते हैं, झोला रखते हैं, खेलने कूदने का काम नहीं है, एक ट्यूशन में लग जाते हैं, फिर वहां से आते हैं तो दूसरे ट्यूशन में लग जाते हैं. So I thought that teacher should be honored and principal being the Param Guru is the most honored and noble profession. I know comparatively what I was earning as an advocate or in my other legal consultancy. I am not earning, but still I am very satisfied that I am serving the nation, I am serving the people, and I will be greatly happy if some of you principals give me the opportunity to come and see your school and guide you something administratively, not to degrade, that where you can improve and where you can become not only national but international inclusion. So that was the motivation. And one thing I am missing, that every stage I made a short analysis of myself. I am aware that most of you know short analysis. It is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. S for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunities, and P for threat. So I introspected myself, made a short analysis of myself, and tried to pick up. If the principal is a doctorate, I should be at least minimum a doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
So it should not be amazing to you. As on date, I have got 8 post graduations and a branded IIT and IIM, IIT Kharagpur, a doctorate in management, and so many other things. And I am able to guide the institutes, the schools, and help the principals in administrative matters. And for that, I am open because we started with a discussion on this, helping each one of us. So thanks many thanks to all of you for listening to me and tolerating me. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful, sir. Beautiful. You actually took us to, you actually took us on your journey, and we actually were able to imagine you in your younger times, when you had those posts and when you were working with different posts. So that was great. And as you said, as a principal, that guru is, I mean, the position of a guru is the ultimate position. So, I mean, beautiful words came from you, and we loved enjoying, we loved listening to you, and we loved your journey as well. So, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. It was absolutely lovely. We actually were able to, basically imagine how it must have been for you. So, thank you so much, Principal Shabnam. Principal Shabnam,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much, sir. Principal Shabnam, now, yeah, ma'am, you're still not audible. I don't know why, but I think there is some problem. No, ma'am, I don't know what's happening. No, sir, you're not audible. I think
Yeah.
there is some trouble. I don't know from whom.
I think we can request that to the Shabnam ma'am. What we can do for you is that, I think if you come off the mic, just, I don't know how to. Yeah, you can rejoin.
I would
Yes,
request
you
all
can
the
make it next
principals to
now.
please mute
That's
yourself.
fine.
Please mute yourself, because to all the principals, I would request you to please mute yourself. And yes, thank you so much, everyone. And then, sir, I mean, ma'am, Zuleika, ma'am, I would like to come to you, and whoever's names I'll be taking, and I would request you to then please unmute yourself, so that other principals will not have any disturbance while they're speaking. So thank you so much for it. And Principal Zuleika, same question to you. So how
Yeah,
was your journey, and what made you become a principal? If you can please talk about that.
yeah. Thank you so much, Rajni, for the question. Actually, when I became a teacher, I had never planned that I'll be a teacher. My father said, I got a B.Ed form and I joined B.Ed. And after joining B.Ed, I immediately got a job. Just I passed out from B.Ed and I got a job. And my first job was so interesting. I enjoyed so much, being with the children. Teaching them, having fun with them. So I really enjoyed. So then I thought, yes, this is my calling. I always wanted to be a teacher, and this is the best profession for me. And I continued there. That was my first school. It was a temporary job for 1 month. There was a leave vacancy. Later on, I went off to another school. There I served for 7 years. And during that period, what happened? The principal who was there, she had gone leave, and I was made the in charge principal. Since I was a senior teacher, so I would make the in charge principal. And during that period, the question that you're asking, what motivated you? That period of 2 or 3 months, that was the period that actually motivated me. Because as a teacher, you are handling a class of students, you take care of, you teach them, you do a lot of activities with them, you interact with your class. But as a principal, I got this opportunity of doing so much for the children. I could arrange so many activities, I could bring about so many change. So I thought the one thing that a school leader can do is bring about changes. There are so many things that as a school leader we can do, which as a teacher we are not able to do. So I could bring about so many things, lot of activities, different policies, and there were a lot of changes that I could do. And when I could do that, those 2 3 months, that was the moment that I thought, no, I want to become a principal. And that is when I started, I have to go out, leave this job and go out and look out for better opportunities. And I wanted to be a principal then, because I knew I could do. I had these qualities, leadership qualities. With as a teacher, I never thought I had these qualities. But after taking charge of the principal for maybe 2 or 3 months, I realized my potentials, that I can do this. And that is when I started looking out for opportunities. And then I went for interviews, and I got a job in one school, but I was not satisfied with the working environment over there. I'll not name the school. Then my present organization where I was working, I went over there. There was just ad in the newspaper. It had not mentioned which location. I stay at Andheri and my school is at Vashi. I mean, the people who live in Mumbai, they will understand. It's 37 kilometers almost. So I went for the interview. My interview went well, and they asked me, how are you going to travel? So that was a question. After giving the interview, I came to know I have to travel so much. I said, no, I will travel, I'll manage. And alhamdulillah, for the 14 years I'm doing it, and I really enjoy my job. I can do so much. I can do a lot of social work. Being in the society, there are so many things, and the school which I cater to, their lower income group children come, and they are in need of a lot of financial help. And during this COVID time, I was able to manage funds. We could arrange funds from every corner, from every person, and we made sure that the children are not drop out. They are not able to leave the school. And there are so many instances, as a principal, you come to know about the family problems also. There are so many family issues with the children. So you come to know about what things are happening. One incident I would like to narrate. There was one girl, very bright girl in 7th standard, and she wanted to leave the school. When I asked her, so what happened? So they came to know that the parents are going to separate, and she will be going and staying with her mother. And that is why they want to change the school. I called the mother. I heard the story, mother's story, then father's story. Then I requested them. They were on, verge of getting divorced. So I said, you just come to me. Once you come and meet me, I'll talk to you, and then you decide whatever you want to decide. They came to me, we spoke about, because there were some misunderstandings. The father was simply saying something else, mother was saying something else. And just giving them that 1 hour talk, talking to them, making them talk to each other, I could unite the family, and the girl continued in our school. And I was so happy. And that is when I realized, we have so much of power within us that we can bring about so many changes in the lives of people around us, not only students, the families also. So that is what motivated me. And I think a principal's job is not only related to looking after the school, the administration and everything, but it also involves the social factor. Like, there are so many children. You are involved with the lives of so many people around you. So that was the moment, when I realized I can do so much. And now, fortunately, I've been working here since last 14 years. And when I joined this school, my son was only 2 years old. Today he's 16 years old. And, I left my son. He was too young. We had to hire a maid to look after my son. But then I don't regret anything. My children are very cooperative. My husband is super cooperative. So I could get that support. I never felt, nobody made me guilty. It happens normally, when women are working, we are not able to give that much time to our families. But then I was never made to realize that my family, everybody was so supportive. So I think, touch wood, I was very fortunate and blessed one to get support, and I could do wonders at my school that I'm working at present, and I hope to continue that. Thank you so much for giving this question. When I read this question, it made me go back to so many years and remember about my journey. So it was a wonderful journey. Thank you so much.
It indeed was a wonderful journey, ma'am, Zulekha ma'am. So, we say that we have, whatever happens to us happens for a reason. And you had you had a major purpose in so many people's life, and you actually united a I don't know about many more reasons, but that must be one reason for which you
Yes.
actually became a principal. I
Yes,
I personally
yes.
feel that.
Absolutely. I'm really very proud that I could do that. And there are so many
Yeah.
incidents every day, get to hear so many,
Right.
and we can help so many people. That is one social work which we can do, being as the head of this institute, because
Right.
people come to you, they approach you with their problems, and you are in a position of helping them. So that's the best
Right.
part, I feel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Zulekha ma'am. It was a lovely journey. And we could feel it. And thank you so much for sharing that experience of yours and that story of yours with us. We absolutely loved it. So thank you so much. And we are so glad that you became a principal and you actually chose that way.
Yeah.
So now I would like to come to Principal Shilpi. Ma'am, I know you actually were writing a small message to me, and I read that. And I'm sorry I was not able to reply because I was, listening to ma'am. So now I would like to come to you, and I have your name in the list. So now I would like to ask the same question to you. So how was your journey? What motivated you to become a principal? If you can please share that story and a small experience with us.
Okay, so a very good evening to you all, and thank you, Fun Kids, for inviting me for the show. Um,
Hello.
so the
Sorry.
journey was not luck by chance. It is actually truly hard work, I would say. I am an engineer by education, I am a principal by profession, but I am a teacher by heart. So this came to me naturally when I was during my school days. I used, children start teaching students, other students, and helping them out. So this was natural that I started up with, and but I did my mechanical engineering. I have done. I mean, I worked with Mahindra and Mahindra, but then later on I realized, like, there's a story behind it. I was a very cribbing parent at my child's school, so every time I used to go and shout at teachers, "Ki, this is not correct, that is not correct." So one day principal called me and she asked me, Ki, do you know how much pain teachers take to do all this? Grass always looks greener on the other side. Why don't you come to this side and see how much pain we take to do also all these things, and you come with all these corrections and errors in the things. So I said, okay. So I took it as a challenge and I joined the school. And slowly and steadily, like, the principal started appreciating me. And then I did my B.Ed. After that, I completed my M.Ed too. Now I'm planning to do my PhD in education. And slowly, from a teacher to a subject head to an academic coordinator, a vice principal, and now a principal of a school. So the journey was not so simple. It took a lot of hard work and struggle. But what I feel that, it is not only administrative job, as most of the principals have already talked about. It is not an administrative job. It is the kind of, environment that you set for the students, the love that you want to have, the kind of, the learning environment you want to create for the teachers around, and you want to see everybody growing all the time. That is the only thing that is required, and that is supposed to be in a principle, to keep everything. I mean, I'm a self-motivated person. I never need anything else for for motivation. I keep on doing new things in my life, so that, the key things, the environment is so dynamic around, so people keep on learning new things, and new things happen, and great things happen in the school.
Beautiful, beautiful, ma'am. And your journey is also quite motivating. You took the challenge, you were not afraid of the challenge that was given to you, and you took it and you did. People were not expecting that you will be able to do it, because that's why I think they gave you that challenge. But you won basically. So that's amazing.
And slowly and steadily, from an engineer to a principal. So it's a huge
Right.
change, drastic change.
Right, beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, Principal Shilpi, from being a teacher to then being a principal. So that's really, really amazing. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It was lovely listening to you, and I'm sure you must be bringing great changes in people's life, and as you did in yours. So thank you again for sharing your lovely story with us.
Thank you so much, Rajni.
All right, so now we have Dr. Shivani Sahani with us. Principal Shivani, I think you're traveling. And now you're traveling currently. It seems like you're traveling, but still, you took your time out and you actually came to the show. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. And now the same question I would like to know from you. So what motivated you to become a principal? If you can please share a story with us.
Sure. So it's been so nice to hear each one of you here. Everybody has their own stories, and so do I. Immediately after doing my chemistry honors from Delhi University, I took up pharmaceuticals marketing. And I had never thought that I would ever be in education. So that was never in the list of my priorities, setting in the priorities as what my profession or my career would be. 7 long years I had spent in sales and marketing. Before that, I went into doing a program called Landmark Education. I'm not sure how many people are aware of this, but Landmark Education is a worldwide education system wherein they have Erhard training methodology. They utilize Erhard training methodology, and they talk about a lot of distinctions. So while me and my husband, we were doing this program, this thing, I actually created a possibility of myself being a great support, or be a unconditional love and support to people. And that was the time, it was a trigger time when I thought that I am there for a bigger cause, not only to make my own career, but to give back to the society as well. And what had happened incidentally at that time is that, as Ms. Shilpi was just mentioning, related to her being an irate parent, I wasn't really an irate parent, but I had a very different kind of an experience when my son was a part of his preschool. We were so delighted as parents there. Like, I used to be a brand ambassador for that school, and I really had tears rolling down my cheeks when he was given a farewell. However, when 3 years down the line, my daughter was a part of that school, everything had changed. It had become a completely business oriented school and no focus on the child's growth. And I mean, a lot of changes, that had happened. And there was a point when I had to actually, give a letter of withdrawal for that I want to withdraw my child from the school. So while I was doing my landmark and I generated this possibility for myself, this came to my thought and I correlated that there is seriously something going on there in that education system, because the vision that the chairperson had, that was really, really remarkable. And that wasn't getting realized somehow. So that made me think that why not let me, start with this only when I am thinking to contribute. So what would be better than joining this school where I can create a position for myself, and where I will be heard of, and then bring that difference back again, you know. So that made me go for the interviews there, and I could really make it big there. I had no thoughts that this is going to get me to the position of a principal one day. But then the moment I went inside the system, it was all new for me. But being a very quick learner and assiduous performer, I kept learning on the ground and I kept performing. 3 years, it just took me 3 years, and I could create a position for myself where I was involved in all the meetings. All the policy meetings, everything related to curriculum, related to marketing, be it anything. And then I was a part of the team. So that created a big thing. So all the success that I started getting in that area as well gave me the boost also to continue learning and continue performing. And the love that I could get from the students and from the teachers, since I've always been a people's person, wherever I have been working, or even while I was studying, I've always been a people's person. So that created yet another difference in the life of all those people. So it was not only that I could touch the student's life, but also I could touch the teacher's life and I could touch the parent's life. So I started thinking that the purpose of my life is now getting realized, because even if I'm making a difference in one person's life, that is one teacher's life, she is going to be touching so many lives throughout her life journey. And it kept giving me the success, the purpose that I had in my mind, the way I started. I mean, I was working throughout. It was very passionate. It was full of commitment, and humility was always there. I mean, that's what my people say. But I do get angry at times. So all of these things certainly, helped me in reaching up to the position of principalship in 8 years' time of my career, in 8 years' time of my career. And I am now associated with a school as a founder principal, and this is my third school as a founder principal. So I've actually created 3 schools, as in right from the pillar to, I mean, like the pin to the plane, and have set up the culture, which is like Dolphin Pod, then GD Goenka, Bahadurgarh branch, and now HRM Global School, Pitambura. And besides heading the school, I also teach students of grade 3 to grade 8 the concept of design thinking and life skills. So since I'm really, really passionate about these two areas, because I believe that critical thinking, creativity are the two very important things that, I mean, as the skills that really need to be there in each and every child, so that they can be problem solvers. I think with these two skills, everything can be achieved. So that's the reason I am there in the classrooms also, doing being there with the students, and yeah, so that's all my journey is, and I'm really happy that this is what I chose, and this is what is bringing me closer to more and more people.
Definitely. And we are happy that you chose this journey, actually. And, and it's so nice to actually listen to all of your stories, ma'am. And your story was absolutely lovely. And now you actually are principal of, as you said, you actually have founded another school, and you're a founder principal of that too. And what happens is people come in people's life, especially in children's life. So many people come and so many people go, and when they become older, so they hardly remember all those people who came into their life, but they never ever forget their principles. They whenever they have a conversation or whatever they do in their life, they always remember. It might happen that they might sometimes forget their teachers, but they never ever forget their principles. So this shows
True that.
what you mean to students. Yes, what you mean in a student
Right.
life and in a life of so many people. So thank you so
Oh,
much
in
for
fact,
choosing that path and for
yeah,
becoming a principal.
I would just like to make a mention that it was my birthday on 1st, and it was a true delight that each and every student, right from grade
Right.
nursery till the higher grades, everybody had planned the surprise, and I couldn't really believe. I mean, this is the kind of love that is available, and we deprive ourselves
Right.
of that only because we are in certain frame sometimes of the authoritative figure. Certain principles do behave like that, but I really, really am a very adaptable person. With children I behave like children, with teachers I'm like, so my office is always like an open door policy thing. So that gets me all the love. So thank you so much giving me this platform to share about
You
my
deserve
journey.
all the love. Uh-huh.
And moreover, I now feel that I have become a veteran into opening schools. So I am always ready to look for the next challenge, maybe, because it's like it takes a lot that you open and you create a new culture. So
Right.
yeah, that's how it is. Thank you so much, Fun Kids, Madanji and Lavanya.
Lots of
Thank you
love. Thank
for
you so much,
sharing.
ma'am.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shivani. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was lovely listening to your story, your experience, and your journey. So after Dr. Shivani, we have Principal Shabnam with us. Principal Shabnam,
Yeah.
again, welcome to
I
FunKids
hope,
India. And
I hope
now,
I'm audible now.
yes, yes. Now
Okay.
you're audible, and now we are able to listen to you, and now we are ready to listen to your journey as well. So if you can please let us know, what motivated you to become a principal, and how did you become a principal?
Thank you, Rajni, and thank you, Mr. Rana. And good evening to all of you. I had almost, similar story, but different in my own way. I started my career, this is same thing. I never ever dreamt of becoming a teacher, forget being a principal. And I knew that what I don't want to be. I didn't want to
Okay.
be a teacher, not a teacher.
Okay.
I don't know what I'll become when I grow up, but I don't want to be a teacher because I have enough of
Okay.
teachers in my family already. Too many teachers.
Okay.
So, and then it so happened I was working as a journalist for 10 years of my career, initial 10 years. After
Mhm.
my son was born, it was difficult to get back to that, erratic schedule that we had.
Mhm.
And I just thought I'll take this up as a temporary stint. As they say that if you can't do anything, you teach. Okay. Not with a lot of respect or something. I just came as a stopgap arrangement. And, I am very happy that I have been proven grossly wrong on that. that these days teachers, mostly what I have been seeing is teachers do come from all different professions, and they come because they love teaching. So I joined this school as a homeroom teacher for class 2, and everything was going well. It was an IB school, so I love the way they taught, the way I was mentored by my mentor, and then there was this coordinator who I felt in my all noviceness that I can do better. She was a good coordinator. She was doing her best, but somehow I felt that one-upmanship. I was all the time trying to prove that I can do whatever she's doing, I can do better. And then my principal at that point of time, he called me to his room and he said that, see, what are you doing? What do you want to do? I said, I want to do my PhD, and I'm a chemistry graduate, chemistry honors. So I said, I want to do my PhD and go teach in colleges. He told me that, why don't you decide what you want to do? You are, every time you are doing some improvising someone else's work. Why don't you create your own work? And ultimately, what's your goal? I said, see, I am done taking orders from others. I want to be a principal. It just came just like that. Okay. It was very childish, very kiddish, no thought really put into what I am speaking about. But I just said, and then he said, then mentor yourself. Stop going after people. Do it. First thing, get the, leadership. To some comes naturally, and to some you have to groom yourself for that. Do that. Work hard on yourself first. Okay. And you decide this is not a good enough reason. I am a principal today because of my mentor. Honestly, he told me this is not a good enough reason that you are not taking orders from others, so you want to be on the top. Not done. You come back to me with a think it over, come back to me with a good reason, and we'll talk about it further. And I'll tell you, the channel, how you can groom yourself. I went home and felt like, this was so crazy. This is not how you talk to your boss, or, you're behaving like a teenager. Scolding done to myself. And then I realized that probably at that point of time, not a principal, but I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to remain a teacher. Too bad I did not realize this earlier. And this is my calling. The bonding that I had with my students was like, they kept me, going back to school. They are the ones who became my reason. I used to feel sad on Sundays that I'm not meeting my team and my kids like that. From there, I realized, and as a journalist, education was my beat. I had seen the problems, the troubles. I have, pointed fingers at the troubles in the education system. Now it was my opportunity to correct them myself. If I cannot do that, then I should keep my mouth shut and not point fingers at others. Okay. So then I opened all my old stories on education beat and whatever that I had done. One story that is very, dear to my heart was I worked on students from underprivileged society who had done well in class 10th. This one particular year. For them, see, they are working as house helps in someone else's house. They have huge problems in their families. They are, studying at someone's, just begging for someone to let them study at night using their light. Okay, please keep the, courtyard light on so that I can study. That kind of kids. For them, 60% is huge. But we all speak about the first, the CBSE topper, the second topper, third topper, maybe first 10th. We never talk about these kids, and we never try to find out what happens to them. The toppers get all the accolades, they get all, scholarships and awards, which they, of course, it's an encouragement, but financially, they don't need this accolade so much that these kids do. That was one story, and I was really, that was kind of a providence for me. That story told me, see, this you have done 7 years back when you knew nothing about coming to education. Now is your chance. Can you do something for these kids? Now you are in. So from then on, I started, I do not really thought that, I did not think at that point of time that I will enjoy. I think Jyoti ma'am said so, that I was, it was the same with me. I thought that I was not principal material. I am not a leader. I have to, I enjoyed being with the kids, teaching them whatever I can, whatever I know. I am a science teacher, maths teacher, but I love teaching them Bharatanatyam, which I love, and things like that, and silly games, things like that. I still believe that I enjoy being a teacher more than being an administrator. But this is my chance to groom teachers, to show teachers that, see, teaching need not be all that boring. Go out, we need, I really do hope my colleagues at this school or other places, they're watching this show, because this all people, you are so, self-motivated, and with your varied experiences, your wonderful stories. I wanted this to reach out to, I wanted my teachers to know this, that teaching is not a boring profession anymore. It is not, once you get into teaching, there's stagnation in your life. It is not like that. You can experiment. This is where, this is where you get a level playing field. The more you want to do, the more you can. Actually, there's no stopping you. So that is basically, finally, when I realize, I think that this is what I want to create more principles. This is what motivates me. This is what has been the motto of my mentor. And he has created, I think, more than 20 principles. And I'm one of them. I just want to carry this legacy forward. That's it. That's my story.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Principal Jyoti wants to say something. Ma'am, if you can please unmute yourself. Yeah.
This is seriously amazing, Shabnam, because I kept it very short and crisp. And listening to you gives me, I really wanted to raise my hand, because teaching, principalship, planning and administration is different. But to be with the children, it's such a beautiful journey. When I go to the classrooms, I sit, I talk to the child. There are no pretensions. They are so loaded with curiosity. There is so much of love. And if we can actually create happy individuals eventually, I think this world is going to become a beautiful place. And second important thing that you said, where I connect myself, that you want to make more principles. So, when you see that you can create a leader, and a leader who is not only loaded with knowledge, but a leader who has the value system so properly, ingrained in the personality, which is going to be reflected to the children. When the so-called teacher becomes a leader, she is creating a beautiful world. One little example to quote here, it was a Diwali fest, which was a mini annual function, because my school is a new school. Incessant rains, bad weather here in Delhi, Noida. the authorities declared a holiday. 100% attendance, participation 100%. We could finally do it on 16th of October, the Sunday. And when I could see the children perform, the energy in me as a leader, when there was a news channel and they suddenly came, ma'am, we want your bikes. I could only say, मैं ना खुशी से झूम रही हूँ. It was not scripted. There was nothing that I could actually think of. It just came out so naturally, because to see your children perform and perform with so much of energy, to be there with you, the parents supporting you. What else do we want if we look a bigger picture, the vision of a beautiful globe, a beautiful globe. So I think we, the teachers, we, the principal, we play a crucial role in transforming the society and then bringing a change. Sorry to speak in between, but I couldn't resist myself. I have my mentor, Mrs. Beena Rao, who's so happy. She's churned out 60 leaders here, and I'm one groomed by her. So I feel so happy today when I sit and then I'll share the video to her. She feels so happy. Oh, I have a good leader, not because we are friends, but she had been my mentor. She's elder to me. She's a renowned educationist herself. There's a different feeling altogether. While like Shilpi was saying, when children comes running, and Zuleka was saying in the principal's office, it's an open door policy. When Dr. Shivani said, yes, it brings that smile on your face. And each day I drive 47 kilometers one side. So I'm driving 90 plus kilometers, but each day it is the face of the children, and I'm done. I mean, I'm ready to take a plunge. Sorry, but I couldn't resist actually speaking.
Not at all, ma'am. Not at all. Thank you so much for, sharing your views, and thank you so much, Principal Shabnam, for, sharing your experience and journey. We absolutely loved it. And, whatever that I want to say, Principal Jyoti, she already said. So I just would like to say that you actually are bringing changes in so many people's life, to change the life of a child is, I think, the most important thing, because the life actually develops from the childhood. So you actually are bringing a change in children's life and you are making them. So what can be more beautiful than that? So thank you so much, Principal Shabnam. Thank you so much. And now I would like to come to Principal and Naina. And Principal Naina, same question comes to you. And I would like to know, we would like to know actually your journey, your experience. How did you become this beautiful principal?
So first of all, thank you, Fun Kids. Thank you, Mr. Gagan. Thank you, the cute host of the day. I'm really, truly enjoying this evening with veterans, and I'm sharing the screen space with all those sharing their success stories. And my heart just is exulting and beating at the moment, happy, and thanking Mr. Gagan, Rana, and the team for hosting this most transparent show that is online. And though this pandemic has taught us many things, I'm really thankful to that pandemic as well, that we met and we understood this also can be a medium of exchange of ideas and thoughts. So thank you once again for the great team. Listening to everyone, my story will be different. I'll state in a short words, and I will only start with saying that happily I have had enriching journey of over 22 years dedicated to this education industry as entrepreneur, mentor, leader, educator. So I will say that in shortly, if I put in words, I will say my dream has come true. It was not accident. It was the leader was born. I was not made like this. It was inside me. This Nana, which was in the school, she was always out of the box. She always had some aggression in her. She always had some innate energy, something calling. And then she just divided that energy in different things And when I share this with my family, they will have tears in the eyes, because so many things, because of this question. I'm so thankful to this lovely question again. I learned my life revolves around one statement, and that is, you have the power to change the world, but first you should master the power to change yourself. So I always grew up with individual identity. I was always my own favorite. मैं अपनी favorite हूँ. Always I said that. I was my own role model. My teacher would ask, who is your role model? And I would say, I remember, I'm going to share this with Mrs. Gonsalves. I have grown up in a missionary school as well. And I would say, I'm my role model. She would say, what is this? I said, yes. When I'm at that age, when I was only 10 years old, I was pretty sure why I was my role model, because only I can assess when I look myself in the mirror, where I'm wrong and where I'm right. If I follow somebody else, then that will be pretending to be somebody else. I wanted to be myself. This inner Naina bet inner Naina every day to become a new version. And that's how, when I was only 10 years old, I started teaching underprivileged children of my society. I sacrificed my playing time. My Ma is not here. If my I would be here, she would be crying now. She never allowed me to do this. She said, are you mad? I mean, go and play for 2 hours. In those days, 7 means 7. You have to come back home at 7, you know. So, but I said, in these 2 hours, which I am allotted, I will be teaching. And you not believe, I taught the 4th and the 3rd grade students who had failed, and they literally passed out. So that was my victory. Another reason for me to become a principal is obvious. My grandfather was a principal. My all aunts, uncles, I belong to a principal family. And that also motivated me, coming from a very strict and disciplinarian people, seeing around. But I always thought, मैं ऐसी नहीं बनूंगी. I'll not be like them. So strict. So I'm just the opposite. My students will be seeing me and they will acknowledge this. I'm never strict principal. I'm like a kid with them. And talking about my journey, I'll say rather Ragini, this is a spiritual journey for me. Every day there is an evolvement. Because when I was small, there was a craving, as I told you, and that when I see, as I grew up in a humble family, humble background, I became modest. I was grounded to my roots. And that made me, when I would see my fellow friends, enjoying privileges, and when I could not get that, I did not sulk or repent. In fact, I worked more harder to reach that place one day. Today, I proudly say that I worked so hard that everyone is proud of me, that whatever I earned is only because of my hard work and nothing else, and the determination that I want to become a teacher. So it was not all of a sudden. I knew that Sachin Tendulkar cannot hit century each day. So it had to be a hard journey. And I was ready for that. At 16, I started giving tuitions along with my college days, because my father had retired. So there was no option. And I wanted to become, I'm always an independent mindset I have. So I didn't wanted him to take my attention. So with that, I completed my post-graduation, got married early. And then after my son was born, I completed my B.Ed, etc. Thanks to my family and the support, that I could go through all the stages very happily and with content heart. I got a takeover in the year 2000 from my teacher of my school. She gave up one small 35 kids school to me, and she told, Naina, you take over this small nursery play group. By 2010, I had made 4 schools out of that. So as an entrepreneur, I worked hard. 4 schools with state board. And then that journey continued for 17 years. I reached many, many children, underprivileged, all parts of Maharashtra. I belong to Mumbai. And then in 2017, when I got one chance, I thought I should go out from my comfortable zone now and explore more. What is the other part of the table? Then I headed as a principal, as a head of the that place, that city. I will not name the school. And then life just moved on. Each day, that pictures are not pictures, but they are moments for me. and each picture has a story to tell of so many years, you know. And then today, in this COVID, so many things happened, and I landed in Mount Litra Z School Bhind. For me, each day today is a happening day when my junior KG, when I enter a junior KG class, and when that child of 4-year-old stands up and says, "Madam, aap hame अच्छे लगते हो." That is the time when tears come in my roll down in my eyes, and I say, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for completing my dream. I'd seen a dream, but you helped me to complete. Thank you, my family, for supporting me to come all the way and staying here alone. Thank you, my kids who are far away there, supporting me each day. So, my family, my husband, my kids, my sister, my brother, all of them, they made me strong. So, today, wherever I am, determined, and the motto behind is live your life like a king size. And that's what this principle says to all the nanas that are being created in many homes, that cheer up, don't give up any time. There is always a day for us. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for patiently listening, everyone. Love to everyone, all my colleagues. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. It truly was an inspiring story, Principal Naina. And you not only are a great principal, but you also are a great speaker as well. Those goosebumps, and we actually were getting more the way you actually said, yeah, and the passion you had in your voice. We could feel how much hard work you must have done. So I as that particular statement always stays, stayed with you, which you said while you were narrating your story. There's one statement which stayed with me as well, and it's always in my mind, and that is, the world is filled with good people. If you can't find one, be one. So that's actually, this line absolutely suits you. I think this
Om
is
Sai.
one line that I would like to dedicate to you. So
Om Sai.
that's thank you so much. Thank you so much, Principal Nana. You had a beautiful journey, and it was really emotional, motivating, inspiring at the same time. So now I would like to come to Principal Pratibha, and after Principal Pratibha, I would like to come to Principal Trilok as well. But Principal Pratibha, the same question comes to you. If you can please, talk about your journey and your experience. What motivated you to become a principal?
First of all, I want to applaud Mr. Rana that as a principals, we all listen to others. But this is the platform where we all are discussing what we face, how we reach to this prestigious post. So my
Right.
story is that, first of all, greetings to everyone, and my special greetings to my mentor who is here on this platform, Mr. Bist. He was my principal when I was working in Jodamal school, and I really he is really the backbone where I am standing now. So thank you so much, sir. You always gave me the opportunity so that I could grow more and more. So actually, mm, I was not interested in this teaching and all that, because I did my graduation, and after that I was pursuing for the government jobs. But eventually I got married, and after that I got government job. But my husband was that if you will go for job, you will come by 5 6, and the children will suffer, because I am having two kids, daughter and son. So I compromised. ठीक है. Then after graduation I did my B.Ed, and after B.Ed I joined a school that was state board school. Eventually I got opportunity to be a part of Jodamal Public School as PGT Social Science. So the days were going, I was teaching, the school was going, and all the activities was going on. And one fine day, I got an opportunity to be a leader of MUN delegate session. And That was my first project which I took over under the leadership of Mr. Vish. And after that, more and more, more and more, more and more, and I got accountable to so many projects. So this was, and with that, I want to replace the word motivation with hunger and quest. That I want to know more and more. I want to work more and more. I want to involve myself in more and more projects. So I took some project of one of the school, that is unprivileged children, rather it's a destitute school, and for village projects I took, since I was in TGT social science. So these all things were in my periphery. So with that, I got an opportunity to be a part of head of the school of British International School, where there was PYP program, IB curriculum. So it was new thing for me. So I am such a person that whatever work or whatever project or wherever I work with my full strength, with my full energy, and with my full passion. So I started learning that IB curriculum, then PYP programs and all that. Even there, I got so many opportunities to go to Singapore, to Dubai, and to so many places where I did my workshops, where I did my conferences. And with this, I took my flight. And after some years, I again got a good opportunity as a vice principal in Springdale School. And there I was the in charge of the all the curriculum activities and all that. So I started learning more and more. But there was one thing in my mind, that whatever during my teaching, there were so many things which I want to execute, I want to implement. But as a teacher, it was not possible, because there were so many steps I had to cross to reach that point, or to reach that position where I was completely, wholly, solely accountable to implement or execute these things. So, and one more thing, what my persona is, that I always look or recall, remember my strength and weakness. I always check out where I'm where is my strength and where is my weakness. So what are my weak points? I have to grill them, polish them, and overcome them. And with my work, with my dedication in Springdale School, I was promoted on the post of principal. And there also I was in I executed so many programs, like MUN were there, IFIP, then Intact, so many programs, science exhibitions, conferences. And but the thing which I really appreciate about myself, I don't know whether others appreciated it or not, that I am dedicated to my work. If I took some project or took some work, that this is my chair and this is my position and this is my platform, so I have to work for that. Even my family give me full support. My daughter always says to me that, Mama, आपके school में you have so many teachers, you have coordinators in your school, but why are you always so much involved in your work? You work for so many long hours at night. Then in the morning, you again go to school early in the morning. So my my answer was always that this is my world, this is my passion, this is my field, and I will never forget the I can say the support of my mentor, which gave me such a big flight. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, Mr. Rana, that you always provide me this platform to discuss the education industry. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
It's it's a good to hear that. No, I think it's not me, it's the team. My team is amazing. Sometimes they come late, but it's still okay. It's still okay. Yeah, but no, thank you very much, ma'am. No, it's a great platform, and the stories I'm hearing is mind-boggling. You know, they are the epic. They are the movies by themselves. Like you know, so much
True.
inspiration, so much of emotion, so much of learning, so much of passion is in there. So really thankful that we come up with this topic. You know, we were thinking what topic we will do the finale, but one of the team member Lavanya, she put that one. So yeah, that's a good topic. Let's go with that. So yeah, it's an amazing topic and amazing story. I'm really blessed that we got such an amazing principal up there who are participating and make the difference, and our amazing team as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much, Principal Pratibha. Listening to your stories, as sir said, these stories, you all are principals right now. But still, all of you have had such different journeys, to reach where you are today. So we make biographies on so many people. So right now, as sir said, the stories are sounding like film stories. So I feel that now biographies should also be are having such unique, different, emotional roller coaster rides, ups and downs, all those stories and all those moments and experiences in your life. So absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Principal Pratibha, for sharing your lovely story with us. And you yourself are a leader, and you're leading your way, you're leading in your life, and you have brought so much change in people's life. And now we would like to know the journey, and also a little about yourself also, Principal Pratibha, from your mentor, none other than Principal Trilok Bish. So Principal Trilok, we would like to know from you a little about Principal Pratibha, and also about what motivated you to become a principal, and how was your journey.
Am I audible first of all?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Very good evening, Gagan. And I must say, this Fund Kids is becoming a big platform for the people to talk and share their experiences. And I was absolutely delighted to hear Pratibha today. Pratibha had been a very dedicated and diligent social science teacher who was always appreciated by all the teachers. And, we always gave her the big responsibilities. She took the team of the children to the Doon school in Dehradun and to the Vellum school, and she took the children from Jodhpur to Vellum school almost 3 years in a row. And every time she used to come with a lot of awards for our children, which was a tough nut to crack. And she really put in a lot of hard work into it. And I'm very happy to see that she has really come to the level of a principal. And not only she, I have most of my people, those who are working with me, I think around 10 to 12 are principals now.
Yes,
That
sir.
is what a real leader is like. Our leader is one who can create more leaders. One who is insecure about himself can never be a leader. You have to see the group, how many people are having the acumen, and how do you push them, how do you give them the opportunities, and then appreciate whatever the work they're doing. I really
Sorry, sir, I
appreciate
want to interfere one thing here, that when sir was our mentor, when sir was the principal, we had never that feeling that sir is a principal, because sir used to take his team along with him every time to discuss the things, to discuss in office, to discuss in AV room, conference room. And we were that wherever we had a problem, we used to rush to the sir. And sir's doors were open for all the teachers every time. Thank you so much, sir, for that.
Thank you, Pratibha, for such wonderful words and kind words. But it is you, the team, which was strong. And a strong team makes a principal is known by the team he is leading. The strong team is there, principal gets a brownie points. So I was getting brownie points because of you all. Anyways, I'll share my journey. I'm a passionate teacher. When I was a kid in class fifth, I used to teach class sixth and the ninth period. We had fifth and sixth at the same Sanskrit syllabus at that time because it used to start from sixth. But in class fifth, our school used to have one teacher was there, Chaya Sharma ma'am, and she used to teach us Sanskrit. So what I did was in the ninth period, the sixth class children who were not good in Sanskrit, I used to teach them Sanskrit. And from there, the passion of teaching started. When I did my class 11th, my father wanted, being an army officer, he wanted me to become an army officer. So I gave my NDA, cleared everything. But I told my dad that, Papa, I want to be a teacher. I don't want to become anything else. but somehow he agreed. I did my BSc, then I again CDS. CDS I cleared for NDA, CDS for the Army, Air Force, and Navy, all three. But I've told my father, I'm clearing it all just for your satisfaction. But I'm not interested going anywhere because I'm a born teacher. And I must say, I've come to the teaching as a first choice, not as a last resort. That's why I feel I'm very successful. I feel I'm a very successful teacher. Principal, I'm successful or not, I don't know, but I'm a wonderful teacher because our principal has to be a teacher first, principal much later. If we start getting two horns on our head as a principal, then we close all the doors. We do not have that connect with the students and the other stakeholders. I believe as a principal, you need to have, like my other co-panelists said, we need to have an open door policy where if a parent wants to meet you for some problem, you must give the time to the person, not ask for the appointment after 3 days. By 3 days, the problem will be automatically solved and they don't need your help as such. So I think the principals need to have the open door policy where they should connect. They should be the connecting cord between the parent, teacher, and student. My philosophy is that in the school system, there's no Brahma and Vishnu and Mahesh. It is always a holy trinity, student, teacher, and parents. If this triangle is completed, definitely the school is going to be creating a success story in itself. In Jodhpur, when we worked, I took the team as a, your team should be like, you should be a part of the team. Till the time you do not give the free hand to your members, your team members, they will not be able to give their 100%. We don't have to create the clones in the system that what I want, only that should happen. People have better ideas. Principals can motivate the people to come out with their out of the box ideas. And I must say, in my school, whether it is DPSG, Vasundhara, where the teachers are doing all that, I'm just giving them the free hand. I just see that teachers have the potential. You give them the topic and tell them you explore it in your own way. And even for the children, we need to have the inquiry based education today where the children should be prompted to ask more questions. We must prompt them to ask more questions and we must hone up the inquisitiveness in the children. We should never shun them. No, shut up. There's a still silly question you are asking. However, the silly question is, just think it over as a principle and see if in that you talk about the people who are great people, they had the silliest questions in their mind and they grew up to some stature where we all remember them today. So these children, when they are asking questions, they should be prompted to ask more questions because asking question is a difficult thing. Giving the answer is very easy. You just wrote, learn, mug up, and vomit out as an answer. You remember when we were kids, our parents used to take pride. Beta, uncle ko ye chubby cheek suna do. Bacha, inko little twinkle twinkle little star suna do. And we used to do it. Uncle auntie used to clap. We used to feel happy. Parents used to feel happy. But there was no creativity into it. It was just mugging up in the school. Today, the children are not talking about A for Apple. They're talking about A for Android. They're using their own acronyms. I think this is how this inquiry-based education and the research-based education is going to be more important. As a principal, I believe that we have to give our children a little more space. We need to give them the ownership. My principalship journey had been right from 1990. I started as a teacher in Doon International School in Lakhimpur Kheri in Palia. It was a small rural area and I really loved working there because this was giving back to the society kind of a thing. Because from Dehradun, going to a place like Palia, in the right senses, nobody would have gone. But I was always, I had community service as my project even in masters. So I went there just to give back to the society. After working for 3 years in that area, I came back to Dehradun, joined Scholars Home Senior Secondary School as a senior coordinator and worked there for 15 years. In those 15 years, my mentor, Mrs. Chaya Khanna, really gave me a lot of wings. She gave me the wings to fly. What I'm giving to others, what I received from my mentor. So she was a wonderful person, and she is still the principal of Scholars on Dehradun. And I learned so much from her. Then in 2007, I went back to my school, Doon International, as a principal. 2010, I came back to Unison World School in Dehradun. It's an all-girls residential school. There, Mrs. Veena Singh, the principal, again, was the second mentor to me who really made me think of international education. We had the Cambridge International curriculum over there. And she, being a wonderful person, she really made me become digitally very, very sound. In 2012, I joined Yodamal. For 7 years, I worked as a principal there. Then 2019, I came here. It's almost 3 years and 7 months at Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, Vasundhara. But the journey had been a wonderful one because I make it a wonderful one. I do not crib. Even if a problem is there, face it with a smile and there's a solution to it. But if you start thinking on what will happen now, if there's some problem with the parents are coming pouncing on you, just listen to them, give them ears, just listen to them. Once they have spoken, you can just say, then you can speak out, then they are in the receptive mode. I think as a principal, I've always been a people's person. I am what I am because of my teachers and Kendriya Vidyalaya FRI. I'm a product of Kendriya Vidyalaya FRI, and I'm a hardcore KVI. KVs used to give the complete holistic education. They way back in 1973 to 86 when I studied there. It was one of the best schools, I must say. And my alma mater, for everyone, their alma mater is the best. For me, KV FRI Dehradun is one of the best school where we had the best of mentors as our teachers who really developed the oratory skills. They developed, the other skills into us, competencies and skills, and the child-centric education was taken into account even in those days. So I think this is all about my journey. And now let me see, embarking onto the new journey altogether, how it works out, where I lead, where I land up, that all depends now. Thank you so much. This is all about my journey. And I was very happy to see Pratibha here. As you know, I always used to tell them there that a good principal is one who can create more leaders. And I really feel that the people should be creating more leaders rather than just creating the clones altogether. Thank you so much. That's all from my side.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much,
much,
sir.
Principal.
I will always miss your association and leadership, and I really thank you for all that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Principal Trilok. We can, as you are a very successful principal, and you are a very successful principal, and you will also be leading in your new journey. And we wish you all the best for that. And also, we can see that even after being so successful, you are so humble, and that humbleness we can see from your face and the way you talk and the calmness that you have in your voice. So we can feel that. So even after being so successful, you are so humble. And so thank you so much for sharing your lovely journey with us and lovely experience with us. And it was lovely listening to you, like always. And now I would like to come to
Thank
you,
you so
Gagan sir.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Once more, just a minute. Once again, I must say you have been a wonderful moderator as always. You are
Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you, Beta.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to come to you, Gagan sir, and I would like to, I still have that quiz questions with me. I'll be asking those quiz questions. I won't let all the principals go without answering the quiz questions. But before I begin the quiz, I would like to come to you, Gagan sir, and I would like you to, speak something about, the principal's journey. And also, if you can give a brief about how did you become a principal of Fun Kids India? And what was that? What has, that journey been for you?
Well, I'm a small business person. Who want to do good for the country actually. So I live in England for the last 17 years, but I still hold an Indian passport. I'm still Indian citizen, so I haven't gave up my roots, my passport to anyone. I still hold that because I think I'm still Indian at heart. My story is I always have this business kind of acumen for some reason because my families they are into business. They're small business. So probably it's my chance to make it big for that. So I have that business acumen wired in my thing. So I'm not a technical person too much, but I'm more of the business side. So even I'm an engineer myself. I did my engineering from Bharati Vidyapith Pune itself, from Pune University. I know one of the ma'am is from the Shilpi ma'am is from mechanical from somewhere. I'm pretty sure from Maharashtra somewhere. But I always want to do something in management. So I worked for India for some time, and then I got the opportunity to do the MBA from Strathclyde University in England, in Glasgow, Scotland in 2004, 2005. Because I finished my engineering in 2000. And then I worked for Wipro and other companies back in Delhi for a couple of years, and prepared for my GMAT or all those exams, MBA exam, but haven't scored much. But luckily, I got one of the best institute for my MBA in here, Strathclyde University in Glasgow, Scotland. So I did my MBA and I started working, because I've got business analyst. I started as a BA, and then I, worked for multiple companies, multiple domain, worked as a product manager now, even delivery manager on IT things. Worked for BBC on the iPlayer platform. So worked for multiple banks as well. So I just I've started a company called Child Learning, as you know, which we all FunKids are part of Child Learning Limited. So I've got the same company in India and in the UK. So I always have this kind of businessy kida, what they say it. So just do something on that side. So always keep finding. My MBA really helped me. I've really worked very hard. This is 1 year MBA. You can understand. In India, we have 2 years. It's 1 year, just 18 hours a day kind of work to get the MBA sorted. And I got good marks as well. Not in my engineering, I got less than 50, around 50%. I'm not a very techie person. So, but in MBA, I got good marks. I just started. So because when I was working on those child learning, we have this app called C Journey. You may have heard the name. It's a school app, but I think there's a gap in there because there's more education, and principal was not listening to us. Saying, "Oh, what education app? Let's not." We have Google, or we have Microsoft, or we have Tata's and all that. Then I started thinking what we can do. So so I thought, okay, let's start something on fun side. Like let's have some fun element, which is but learning based. So fun learning kind of thing. So we come into FunKids, we came in. So then we started FunKidsIndia, and then we started some, visited many schools to, cover the stories, cover the shows and all that. Then IET India Emerging Talent show come into picture. Then we progressed with the season 1. We had a good season 1. Now we have season 2 at the moment. The Principal Talk Show again came in. It's a season 2 again. So it's just again, team collaboration and ideas. The name, because I'm a people person, I always take feedback. I'm not the one-man army. I always try to work with people, listen, observe, analyze, and then we became an amazing show. I think this show which we are doing at the moment, one of the best show, like one of the best stories we have heard so far from all the amazing principal we have. So I just want to give back to society as Nana ma'am is doing, as everybody of you is doing, just giving back to society. I'm giving back to my country in a way. I'm not very rich, but I think I want to do a good job. That's the whole point.
Yes, we acknowledge this.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am. So yeah, these are, this is my story. And now, it's about to have a Principal Talk Show, talent show as well, season 2. So yeah, this keeps on growing. Now I think FunKidsIndia is one of the top brand in India very soon. So we are just working at the moment, and hopefully with the blessing of the principals and amazing deans and directors, we'll be we're there for life. FunKidsIndia is for life.
Great.
Gagan sir,
Thank
just
you so
one
much, sir.
correction.
Yeah.
Just one correction. I've done my BTech from Delhi itself. I'm a Delhiite.
You are Delhiite.
Moved
Okay.
from Maharashtra, yes.
Yeah. Fine. I did my study in Delhi as well, but I did my engineering from Pune and Ahmednagar.
Yeah.
But I came back to Delhi. So you were in Delhi. You did it.
I did my BTech from Delhi, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University.
Okay, fine. Yeah. That's fine. So yeah, that's one exchange program then.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your lovely story. And we can feel your, as you said, that you want to give back to your country, and we can feel like that by the kind of work that you're doing. And we are really lucky to be associated with you and with Fun Kids India. And listening to all of your stories has been a really inspiring for me, and also for all of us today. In this episode, in the last episode, you would also agree that we imagine that the last episode is going to be we got more than what we were expecting. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is, because these stories are amazing. They're very powerful. They're emotional. They are driving. They're crazy. Because it's a life in a few minutes, and which really not their life. They're impacting other people's life as well. These principals are role model, right? They are amazing.
Right.
So yeah, no, it is amazing. I'm really glad that we have chosen this topic, and the story we have heard, they're so touching. Yeah, amazing finale, I would say, for the season 2, and people who
right.
have them, unfortunately, the lost part. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much,
Absolutely.
Gaganji, for acknowledging each one of us here. And Lavanya, the other reason is that you are all going to put us on spot today. So the principals are going to be on spot.
Right, which is what I'm going to do in few seconds. And thank you so much. Principal Pratibha had to leave because of some emergency reason, but we still have so many principals on the panel. And now I would like to begin the quiz. And so you have to keep a track. Who raised their hand first? So we'll be giving the opportunity to them to answer. Okay.
Is there any negative marking?
The first question.
Sorry, is there a negative marking? Somebody just raised
their
hand.
Yeah.
And is the raising hand like this or through the emoji?
I mean, we can do it via emoji. They'll be helpful. So just keep keep that emoji ready and keep your, finger ready to click on that emoji. So, okay. So very simple question. The quiz is not tough at all. So very simple question. So the first question is coming to you. Okay. So what is the world's smallest country? The world's smallest country. No Googling, no cheating. I mean, we can see if any principal is Googling, so we can see. Okay, Dr. Shivani, and also, ma'am, you don't have to ask to anyone. Okay, no family members helping, no children helping, nobody is going to help. Okay, I think Shivani ma'am got her answer from someone in the background, if I'm not wrong. Is it? No? Okay, then Principal Shivani. Shivani ma'am, you raise your hand first.
I don't know if it is correct or not, but I think it's Sri Lanka.
Okay. All right. I'll be announcing the answer, but I'll give an opportunity to Principal Shilpi as well because she also raised her hand. So, Principal Shilpi, what's your answer?
Is it Vatican City?
Right. It's Vatican City, actually. So, Principal Shivani, I'm sorry that answer was wrong. And Principal Shilpi, you won. So you have given the right answer. Now I would like to clap. And now I would like to come to our next question, the quiz. And the next question is, what nationality? Okay, so it's related to entertainment a bit. What nationality was Charlie Chaplin? What was the nationality of Charlie Chaplin? So nobody have to look down. You have to look straight into the camera. So if you're looking down, so we'll understand that you are Googling or you're writing somewhere, you're doing something. So you don't have to look anywhere else, but you have to, look directly into the camera. Yeah.
They will disqualify then, yeah.
Disqualified, right. So
today
only
Rajni
into
is
the camera.
Teacher. So don't cheat, please. Rajni is a teacher, so we can't cheat.
Yeah, I'm a teacher, yes. So, okay, Principal Shilpi, she raised her hand. But Shilpi ma'am, the next question, you won't be looking down, okay? So, no, you're not cheating me, no. But, the rules are rules. So, yeah, everyone have to, everyone has to look into the camera. Okay, so yes.
Was he from UK? I'm not sure about it. He was from UK.
Yes, he was from UK. So what citizen will he be called?
British.
British.
Right, British. Right. Okay, great. So Principal Shilpi and Principal Trilok answered it. And great. So another point to Principal Shilpi and 1 point to Principal Trilok. Now to another question. Uh, what are Africa's big five animals? Africa's big five animals. Okay, you can name three also. I mean, you can
One
name
is the
those. Huh,
elephant.
right?
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Bulls.
two more. No, just two more. I mean, those are very famous. These animals. So you can. I mean, take a guess.
Could be a lion.
It's a
Right.
rhinos.
Isn't it?
Right. No, not right.
And
Yeah,
Is it
rhinos is also a
rhino?
right answer. Rhinos,
Rhino.
lion,
Rhinoceros. Yeah,
and another was
rhinoceros.
elephant, leopard, and Cape buffalo. Okay, someone said bulls, right? Yes, Principal Zuleika said bulls. So, ma'am, you were also right. Okay, great. So now, another question: smallest state of India. Which is the smallest state of India?
Sikkim?
Principal Shivani.
Is it Sikkim?
Principal Maya, no, it was not Sikkim. And Principal Shivani said Goa, and Goa is the right answer.
Is right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I also have another question with me right now. And okay, so the total, someone said that they, one of the principals said that they were a mathematician. So I think that principal must know the answer of this particular question. And the question is, the total distance around a figure is called?
Perimeter.
Right. So easy.
It was.
Okay. So Martyrs Day is celebrated every year on
31st October.
30th January.
30th January, yeah. Mahatma Gandhi's death anniversary.
January.
Death anniversary. 30th January.
30th January.
Yes, Principal Trilok and I think Principal Nana also said the right answer. So whoever said 30th January is the right answer. Okay. Which is the heaviest metal? The heaviest metal.
Heaviest metal.
Is it iron?
Mercury?
No. No.
Mercury is very light.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's women's favorite. My mother loves that particular
Okay, I
metal.
think Shabnam ma'am and Shivani ma'am has got
Yeah.
Gold.
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 So gold is the right answer.
So I understood your clue that you gave.
Yeah. It was a very easy clue, right? So, okay. All right. Okay, so which, I think, I don't know if you like chess or not. This question is related to chess, the game. So which, okay, where is my question? Which chess piece can't move in a straight line?
Elephant.
Camels.
No.
Principal Shabnam raised her hand.
Nobody is raising the hand and everybody is jumping.
It's a shoulder. Soldier. Moves straight. It's a soldier that moves straight.
It's a horse.
No, it's a
It
horse.
moves L shape.
Can't move in a straight line.
Is camel answer?
Camel.
Even the soldier moves ahead, no?
Trilok sir already said
What's
camel.
the term? What's the term? The right term for that?
It's like
that
2.5 thing that happens, it takes 1, 2 and
Camel can move only in diagonals. Diagonally it can move.
yeah,
But
that's a straight line, right?
It's still a straight line, yeah, correct.
That's a straight line.
and that's called a knight.
Night, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Principal Shivani is absolutely right. Night is the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. take your hands down as well, I think. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, any which ways, nobody is following the raising hands thing. Everybody is jumping.
Yeah, everyone.
See?
Actually, we are too
So now-
excited to answer because we are able to
Right.
give answers.
We are behaving like children today.
Yeah.
Yes, it's your time to become the children, and you actually became. But no worries. I also have one more question now. Okay, the other question is, it's a very easy question. So, which planet is closest to the sun?
Sun.
Oh, it's
Mercury.
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 Right. So,
It's a
Mercury.
Mercury.
Right. Correct. Okay. Okay. Last question for the quiz. I know it's very interesting. The quiz, the game is really interesting, and we are loving it. But the last question for the quiz, because we don't have enough time. So the last question is the names of what are the names of the 5 oceans?
Pacific,
Pacific
Atlantic,
Ocean,
Arctic
Indian
Ocean,
Ocean,
Antarctica.
Pacific, Atlantic, then
I think everyone
Indian
answered
Ocean,
it.
Indian
Yeah.
Ocean. Yeah.
Indian.
Southern, yeah.
Yeah, everybody just saying without raising hands. So yeah, let's give hands to Shabnam ma'am. Sorry, all disqualified.
So all
I've
of
raised
them
my
are
hand.
so let's
I've
just
raised my
disqualify
hand.
all the principals. Let's disqualify them because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are so strict with rules for their students. But now when they have to follow the rules, they did not follow.
Yeah.
My hand is raised, but nobody's asking
So
me the
now you
answer, right?
right. So
Okay,
principals,
yeah,
now
yeah,
you can
Shabnam ma'am, you
understand
can
how
There's
hard
continue.
it is
always a
for
child.
children to actually follow the rules. You
There's
are very
always a
strict for
child who
them, but
follows
now
the
Yep.
rules. Yeah,
We have to cut.
uh,
We have to cut this scenario, right? We have to cut the screen, this period.
right, exactly. So now the
No,
principal can
that's
actually
also
feel
fun.
how hard it is for children to actually follow the rules because they are always strict and they always tell the student you have to do this, follow the rules and regulations. But now that they have got the taste of their own medicine, so now all of them are disqualified, sir.
Yes.
No,
I have
there's always
lowered down.
Lavanya, there's always a student who would follow the rules and then later on say, "Ma'am, but I was following all the rules. No, I was
Yeah.
Lavanya, as a teacher, you did not
Sir,
look at our
I'm so
hands.
sorry to interrupt.
You did not
I'm so
stop
sorry to
This is
us.
interrupt.
Ragini.
But
This
this
is
is
Ragini.
Rajni actually. This is
Rajni.
Rajni actually.
Rajni.
Yeah, I'm
Rajni.
really sorry to interrupt, but this is Rajni. And Lavanya is one of our really beautiful team members. And she is the one who actually connected with you, but my name is Rajni. So, but thank you so much to all the principals. The quiz was amazing. Yes, sir, you're saying something.
I was saying that you were not a strict teacher. You did not look at our hands. You're not asking the person who's raising the hand. You were listening to anything and everything. So it was fault is lies with
I'm
you.
as cool
Not
as your
with-
principals are. I'm as cool as your principals are.
I was raising my hand, but you never asked me anything, right? Every time I raised my hand, and when everybody was saying, I had to pitch in between them.
No worries, but you gave the right answer. That's what matters. And all of you are winners because you are the winners in your life, and you are the one who makes a children's life, and you shape children's life, and you are the ones who uh, mean everything to a student and everything to a children. So you actually are the winner. You cannot ever be a loser. So thank you so much. It was a lovely episode. Thank you so much. And to the principals who are calling me Lavanya, I don't mind you guys calling me Lavanya at all because it's a beautiful name. And she, our team member Lavanya, she also is really beautiful.
नाम लावण्य नाम रजनी नाम क्या रखा है नाम में
सही
कुछ
बात
नहीं
नाम
रखा
में क्या रखा है राइट बिल्कुल
It was lovely meeting all the principals and knowing
you.
everybody's viewpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. Thank you very much for coming
Thank
in.
you so
I think,
much. Thank you.
yeah, because I think we had 20 principal who's about to come, but certain reason they couldn't join or whatever. So we had 20. This episode could have been 4 hours long, So I think it's fun. I think it's short. Yeah, but we had good fun, good learning. I think I'm really, amazed. On this finale, this really went well.
But Mr. Gagan, I was the first to start, so I didn't know how much I had to speak. So I just spoke of my initial part of the journey and not the rest.
Yeah, if you want to say something, ma'am.
No. It's too late actually, and now things
I
are.
was thinking the same actually, because I was like, and rest is
Yeah.
history. And then I was listening to
Yeah,
everybody.
actually, I
I
was
was
under the
like, oh,
impression.
this is what also I was supposed to say.
So I
This is
thought only the initial, how did I
yeah,
become?
actually.
So that
But
was
then
the
to be happy at a place where you
absolutely.
are, I think
Yes,
that is itself conveying the message. Like
absolutely.
the vibes are there. So if you
Yeah,
are happy
yeah,
being the principals,
Yes.
the leaders, and of course
absolutely.
taking it ahead every day, that
Sure,
makes
sure.
sense.
Yes, yes.
How did we reach to the place? Actually, that is a journey.
Yeah,
But
that's the
contented and
journey.
happy, like listening to Sir at
Yeah.
80 years. Sir, you have given me a bigger, brighter picture for myself. I
Exactly.
am
Even I was
going to
about to
be
say the same.
Yes.
57
Yes.
in coming March, and people are telling me already, 3 से 4 साल रह गए हैं तो आपकी job को. When I look up to people like General Kulkarni, from Mayo, it gives such a strong vibe that I have so many years still ahead. Inshallah, God bless me. Listening to you, sir, 80 years is a journey. My father is 87. So when I look up to you and I was listening to you, I am taking this with me after this little interaction, that God bless me and I have so many years ahead
Yes.
to
Yes, yes.
be the wonderful person, the wonderful leader with the leaders around. You know how when your team grows,
Mr.
when your
Gagan, can we
family
just leave
grows.
because I have another meet at 8:30 for tomorrow's preparation, no? Okay. Can I
Yeah,
leave?
all the best. God bless
Yeah.
you,
Thank you
Maya.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much.
Jyoti
Thank you.
ma'am,
And
I just
it was
wanted to
wonderful
say,
meeting each one of
yeah.
you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Jyoti
Thank
ma'am,
you,
I
ma'am.
just wanted
Thank
to
you.
Thank you,
end
Thank
with
Mr.
you.
one
Gagan. It
thing.
was wonderful. Thank you, Rajni. You are
Thank
Thank
you
you so much,
amazing.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, ma'am.
All right. So
So
thank you so
Sir
much
was
to
saying
all the
something.
principals for joining
Thank you
us
so much.
in today's episode. Thank you. It was a lovely, lovely episode. We really enjoyed the finale. It was, I would like to call it a blockbuster finale. And thank you so much for taking out time and for coming in to do the show. It means a lot to us. We'll see you soon in another season
Thank you
of
so much,
Principals
FunKids.
Talk
Thank you,
Show.
Mr. Gagan. Thank
Thank
you
Thank
so
you.
you
much.
so
Rajni.
much. All the best
You
to
were a
Thank
great
you so
you,
host,
much.
Fun
Rajni.
Kids.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
You
so
were
Love
a
much,
you,
great
ma'am.
Rajni.
host.
Bye.
Yeah, you are such
Thank
a
you.
so
yes.
much,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank
Thank
Yes.
you,
you.
Gaganji. Thank
Much
you,
love to
Rajni.
Thank
Rajni. God bless you. Stay
Thank
And
you
to
healthy,
so
each
much.
stay
one
blessed,
of
She's
stay
you.
Lavanya.
smiling.
Bye
Sorry.
God
bye.
bless.
Take care.
Thank you.
I
Bye.
will,
Have a
I
nice
will
day.
connect through LinkedIn
Okay. Thank you.
with all of you also. And of course, we have the
Surely,
number of
ma'am.
the group.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah,
And
yeah, surely.
everybody,
Thank you,
best
everyone.
wishes
Thank
for
you.
everybody's well being and
Health.
everybody's
Yes.
family's well being.